Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm Karen Mitchell. This is Karen Mitchell Presents. What does mentoring look like in 2019? Is it a safe place? Is it a place of freedom? Is it something that you might be interested in? Here to help me out is ANISE ELLIOT of She Ministries and Girl Talk, DEASHA Mitchell of Get Up and Live, LATISHA JAMAR of Formula 4. We want to know what you think about mentoring in 2019. Call in at 1-877-932-9766. LATISHA, what does mentoring look like in 2019? Yes.
Basically coming together as one in a healthy way, in a positive way, and in a motivated way.
Awesome. Awesome. That's real good. Real good. DEASHA, what does Get Up and Live? What's the view of mentoring?
It is just realizing that life is in your reach and making the effort to want to live every day and get up and do the work.
Wow, powerful.
Yeah.
Get up and live.
Yeah.
So you can't just live, you got to get up. It requires an action. ANISE, what is She Ministries and Girl Talk view on mentoring?
It's needed. It's Girls Talk is actually a mentoring program to give our young ladies of the community a platform to be able to talk, discuss, and relate. Letting our young people know that there's not nothing that they're going through that we haven't already dealt with.
Awesome.
And then she is definitely addressing our older women, because you can't reach back for the youth and not touch our, rub elbows with our own age. So she is definitely the self-esteem, heart, and energy of a woman, today's woman.
Yes, awesome. You are listening to us on talktainmentradio.com and watching live on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Talktainment2 and watch us live. Also, call in at 1-877-932-9766. Now, ANISE, in you dealing with She Ministries and the older women, do you touch on relationship?
We do, because so many women have been there, have been married, have been divorced, have been through situations with just relationships. So we definitely always talk with our young women and our older ladies about how to deal with whatever it is that they're going through.
Is that recovery process an easy one?
It's not, Karen. It's not.
Okay.
I know just for me, being a person that's going through a separation of a divorce, learning yourself, being with someone for so long, and then readapting on changing up, being alone.
Yes. We have a caller, and we want to get to our caller. We're so excited. What does mentoring look like to you in 2019, caller?
Hello, my name is Virginia Jones. And to me, for 2019, I think mentoring is very important. Growing up as a child in Columbus, we used to have like our rec centers and things like that.
Wow.
And a lot of that is no longer in existence. So the kids today really don't have a place to go or someone to look up to. So I definitely appreciate, the programs that you all offer and what you have to present to the children and young people and women, period, and men as well. So I think it's very important for 2019 to keep mentoring going.
Wow, thank you, Virginia, for calling in. And you're right. We don't even have 4-H like we used to. The Girl Scouts, they're out there, but it's like, how do we get in contact with them? How do we get in access with them? So you're right about that. A lot of our younger times when we were younger, those mentoring programs, they're not in effect like they used to be. So thank you so much for calling in. Again, you can call in at 1-877-932-9766. Now, DEASHA, in dealing with Get Up and Live, how do you approach the women in your mentoring classes? Like, what do you talk about with them?
Well, first, I like to identify what is causing them to be in the state that they're in.
Okay.
I believe that in order for you to help with the issue, you have to understand what the issue is first.
Very much so.
You can't just jump in and, start telling them, well, you're going to be healed. And that's not their issue. Mm-hmm. Their issue might be finances. Mm-hmm. Or, you can't go and talk about finances and their issue might be needing healing. Mm-hmm. So you have to identify the issue first.
Yeah. Awesome. LATISHA, what is your view as you use Formula 4 or introduce Formula 4 to hurting people in this society that's just kind of like dealing with depression and suicide? How do you approach that with Formula 4?
So as DEASHA just spoke on a little bit with the acknowledging, so Formula 4 is an organization designed to get your key player motivated to move forward.
Awesome.
We believe that there's 4 attributes. It consists of a 4-series formula: acknowledge, educate, change, and grow. And as DEASHA stated, I believe that when you start at a place of acknowledging mm-hmm. where you are, whether you're an overworked man, whether you're a single mother that's overworked and underpaid, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
whether you're a college student that's indecisive about graduating or don't have the resources or the information you need to be able to move forward, mm-hmm. whether you're a young child that's depressed because their parents are divorced, whatever the issue is, we're here to definitely get you to a place of acknowledging this doesn't feel good, this is not okay, I want to do better, but there's something in the way of that. How do I go from A to B?
Yes.
So that's what Formula 4 is here to help with, just getting you to that next space and that next level.
And I'm glad that you mentioned about our fathers, because a lot of times we kind of look over the fathers, but we got some single fathers out there doing it.
Forget about them.
We got to stand up for them because they're out there and they're making it happen. How do we encourage them with the mentoring programs? ANISE, how do you help that single father talk to his young girl? How do you help him to keep his young girl informed about things?
I would definitely encourage him to enroll her in the Girls Talk program, mentoring program. I also would like to do one-on-one with him because I think it is important that we talk to the parents about where our children are. Mm-hmm. Sometimes as a child, it's easier to talk to a mentoring program, a person, an outside person, versus actually speaking with our parents.
Yes, true.
And then as parents, it's hard sometimes for us to understand what our children are going through. We can't understand or hear what they're saying. So it makes it a little easier when you have a person in the middle who can balance that out, mm-hmm. who can talk for the child and also represent the parent.
Awesome. You are listening to us on TalkTainmentRadio.com and watching live on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Talktainment 2 and watch us live. Call in at 1-877-932-9766. Again, 1-877-932-9766. Now, when dealing in the whole mentoring thing, how do you address the hard conversation? Like you have a younger person who might be battling with their identity. What are some of the conversations that you would have in your mentoring group about that topic?
So for me, today's topic, we talked about discussing boys, and believe it or not, I was thrown back when girls were brought up in the conversation dating girls.
Okay.
So you do have to honestly be in a place, like we talked about earlier, of being in a zone of no judgment. You definitely want to gain that trust with our young people, and then be able to begin to pour into them what is right. Now, I do believe that God made Adam and Eve, so I wouldn't encourage young people to go same sex. I don't encourage them to date at a young age anyway. But since we're here, we have to deal with the topic at hand. And we that's what we did. The girls jumped in with their opinions, but we also gave the opportunity for them to talk about what they were going through or dealing with that pressure.
Awesome. LATISHA?
I think you kind of have to, for me in Formula 4, I want to kind of come from a place as far as speaking to their identity where I don't immediately tell them, well, no, you're not that, you're this. You want to come from a place of listening, and I want to get past the surface, which is, or the obvious, which is you want to be this way because of this certain thing. I want to get to where the disconnect happened between you're not liking yourself or however you felt, or maybe somebody hurt you. What got you to the place of wanting to make the change? I want to deal with that. What caused the change to, want to take root and take effect? So I think as far as addressing identity, just listening and really trying to hear and see why they're at the place or the stage they are at that makes them not comfortable with them or makes them want to change who they are.
Awesome. Awesome. DEASHA?
I just have the most simplest thing that I think works for everything, and that is with love and kindness have I drawn them.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and also when mentoring our younger people, what are some of the focuses that you all bring up in your mentoring classes? Like, what are some of your target subjects?
My target subject for Formula 4 is self-love. Self-love, self-respect, self-motivation, self-preservation, because it starts with you.
Yes.
And when you're in line and your key player is aligned and motivated and inspired, you give off basically what's in you.
Yes.
So
definitely.
When you have that and we're able to get you in a position where you like you, where you love you, where you're happy about you, you then go into the community and start to be a demonstration of that as well. So we all know hurt people, but happy people brings happiness out of each other and the people that they come across.
Awesome. And that's so true. Like we talked about earlier, trust is a big factor when you are mentoring people, because they have to trust you in order to confide in you. And so what are some of your trust building techniques that you use, DEASHA, when you're dealing with Get Up and Live?
Well, one of those things, of course, is food. I believe that food can take you a long way. It's a great icebreaker, a great form of communication, as far as just getting to know who a person is, what they struggle with, just the surface of things of what they struggle with on an everyday basis.
Awesome. ANISE?
I would definitely agree with DEASHA. Food has been my icebreaker so far. I always come bearing cookies or some type of goodie before we jump into heavy topics. I just wanted to go back real quick and address the question that you had asked Tish about talking with our young people, starting at the basics. For Girls Talk, mine is a little different, because what I do is our topics are things like bullying, being a trendsetter, hygiene. I believe that we have to start at the beginning in order to love ourselves. We have to start as young women knowing how to care for our bodies, knowing how to care for our mind, knowing who we are. So that's one of the things that we do for Girls Talk, is giving them a platform to talk about things that they're dealing with in everyday life situations, such as suicide, such as bullying, such as seeing a woman in the magazine and thinking you have to be just like her. Are some of the things that we talk about at Girls Talk.
Okay, well, that is awesome. We thank you, ladies, for coming tonight. We thank our ANISE ELLIOT of She Ministries and Girls Talk. We thank our DEASHA MICHELL of Get Up and Live, and our LATISHA JAMAR of Formula 4. Let me hear from you the next time that we're on at 877-932-9766. We are excited about mentoring. Praise the Lord, everybody. I am Karen Mitchell. This is Karen Mitchell Presents.